Supreme Court rules against Trump, and what does he do? He takes a press conference to badmouth the Supreme Court. At what point do you realize this guy has no respect for anything other than what he wants? Because the same Supreme Court that he was preaching about how amazing they are and how awesome and all of this type of things, a couple of months ago, is now badmouthing the Supreme Court for their decision to uphold the idea that the actions he took about tariffs was unconstitutional, just like they took up the case that unlawfully detaining and deporting people out of the country without due process is unconstitutional. Yet he has ignored that. So the question remains, do you think he's actually going to follow this ruling or do anything that the Supreme Court orders him to do? Because if he doesn't do what they say, who's going to hold him accountable? Which legal department of the United States government is actually going to hold him accountable? Because apparently he's in the files so many thousands of times, millions of times actually, and there's actionable, credible things that could possibly bring harm, and yet he still hasn't been brought up on charges or even investigated. Now he's been violating the Constitution like he's on that island still, and then on top of it all, now the Supreme Court has ruled against him, and what is he doing? He's trying to degrade and put down the Supreme Court for ruling in their decision. So do you think he's actually going to follow the court orders? Do you think he's actually going to do what the Supreme Court rules, or do you think he's going to find a loophole to go around it or just blatantly ignore it? What's your choice?